Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Chess, and today we will discuss about a term called second guess. Um, you know, it's more like a sharing of opinion, basically, like what I think about this, what I've been thinking, what I thought about this, and how I'm dealing with this kind of concept, right? I mean, that's like the point of this whole series, right? To have discussion. So we'll discuss all sorts of random things, and one of them is about second guessing, basically. Um, you know, the way I know about second guess is, basically what I think of what the meaning is. So figure this is you, right? This is me, and then, you know, I'm just, walking down the path, right? And then I found to, like a branched way, right? And then I either go up or go down, right? I had to choose that time. Um, and because of all the thinking and what's gone what which path that I will take, and so on and so on. And I finally pick one path, right, which is let's say the upper one. So I took this second or the first one, and then leave the first one, and I mean leave the second one, right? So I'm going here, but when I'm going here, apparently this is not going as I planned. Like basically I fall in a hole. It's like a way that I don't want to go, right? If I could have only known about that, right? And then after at that point, then I start second guessing, right? um what if I actually do pick the other one, the other path that I didn't take? Maybe, just maybe, that path will be actually better than me falling into the hole, right? Maybe this is something else, right? That is more easy, the better options and something like that. And like, therefore that is me second guessing myself, right? I should have taken the other option because I somewhat knew that 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 path would be the best option, or the one that would give um the best outcome out of these two. And being here in the first path, I thought that it was a mistake, and I thought that the other one was the correct way. But is it really like that? Then who knows, right? Because I technically never went to this path. Therefore I didn't actually know if this is actually the right way or not, right? It's like um it's like that kind of other concept as well, where everything that will happen has already happened. So you'll never get the chance to see the other outcome as well. And that's just becoming a mystery, right? Sure, we can actually kinda guess what's gonna happen, what would have happened if we took the other route, but it's just a theory, right? The reality isn't always like that anyway. So yeah, there's that, and therefore the second guess. And here we'll talk about, is second guessing actually bad or good for you, for your mental health anyway? Me, the way I see it, um, I actually go both way on these. It could be bad. It could be bad. It could be good as well. The time it could be good is because you basically will be what is it called? How do I say this? If you second guess, it means that you know that something is wrong, right? If you take one path and then appears that this one is bad, um, by having the second guessing, you thought that this one is better, right? But here I use that the way that second guessing that um, I know that I know this is bad, therefore I will use this again for the future, right? So that's how the second case that I did, basically using that as the using the mistake as basically a thing that will help me deal with something else in the future, and then second guessing myself, what if I didn't actually got this in the other path? Then I wouldn't think about how I'm able to surpass this problem, right? Because I never got um, introduced in the problem in the other route, right? So I wouldn't have the way of going out of this problem, right? Because there was no problem to begin with in the other route. Therefore, I didn't think about how I will overcome that problem, or I didn't think about the solution of that, right? Because the problem never existed. And that's great in itself because it means that I always be optimist that the path that I took is always the right path anyway. So, I don't really see how I will take the other route. Um, Simply just because I embrace it, because I accepted it and use whatever it is there. Just basically use it to my full advantage. So, even if it's a route that will bring me problem, then I will just be more smarter, right? I will be smarter in thinking about how I should have faced this, right? Because who knows that maybe again, this is just speculation, right, about the second path. Maybe that this will eventually lead to something big, right? And then me being here taking the what I thought at first as the wrong path, having the problem, and then I deal with the solution, and maybe that's like the key to me actually being able to face the bigger problem, right? Whereas me in the other path probably don't have the problem, but I ended up at facing the same big problem, right? Then I will come unprepared, basically. So yeah, there's that. Basically I used it as a thing that will affect more in the future. Basically use what I have right now to prepare for the better in the future, right? And not actually regretting what I have chosen, and not imagining what if I am happy at other route, because again I could be not facing any problem in this path, but in the end we will have after that there will always exist problems, and having problems means just you will have more practice to think about the solution, right? And that's just a continuous cycle. Basically, you cannot always um, like evade or escape from your problem. You always have to face it eventually, and by learning from your past mistakes, you can easily face it, right, in the end. But yeah, there's that. Um, so, I mean, all of this is just theoretical anyway that I'm discussing over here. We don't really know what's actually happening in this case, right? What's the case in which I actually got the small problem versus not getting any problem at all, and then in the end there's a bigger problem. Probably there's a lot, but I couldn't think of any at the moment. So yeah, this is just pure theory basically. It's just why you should not be like being thinking that it's bad to second guess a lot of time. Although after this I will actually tell you about the bad thing about this as well. So second guessing, that's the good thing, right? And then the negative thing, well, there's a lot of them actually. Like for instance, if um you can lose motivation over there as well. Like if you're given two choices, like which one would you take, like what if it's not like your expectation, right? Then you will fall with regret, right, for not taking the other path. But like if you're not good at handling your emotions, right, then you'll feel very bad, and then you will face even more problem after that, right? Just because you don't fully embrace or being grateful for what you have right now. So yeah, that's one of the thing as well. And then there's also a thing there, instead of picking one over the other, you're just standing here, continuously thinking about which one should I take? What if I take this and then the other one's better? What if I took the other and then apparently the other one's better? And then therefore you're just basically stuck in here like a long time, right? That's also a bad thing as well. I mean, that comes to overthink, right? After that, not really after that, but more like before that, you overthink, you overcomplicate things too much. You ended up not uh, picking any options at all, which is bad. Again, one way or the other, you will have to face it at the end. You can't really escape it, like forever, right? Um, like me and my university, I thought that, I think this is the end for me. I don't really see anything. But then again, like, you know one way or the other that I took, I will be facing a problem where I have to graduate from university. No matter how long it takes, I will eventually, have to face it. Well, why should I waste more time, right? Not doing it, not finishing it, and when in the end I will have to surpass this, right? And for the longest time, it happened after that, honestly. Like, after 1 year, I finally passed my university. I graduated, right? It's supposed to be in 2020, like February, but it got extended until 2021 early, right? And like, if I just don't get enough motivation, I will actually, I think I would never pass this, and I would just stuck here, and it will just take so long, right, until I finally got dropped out from the university for being, the university having um a limit, right? Like how long you can actually stay. I think it was 7 years now. And at that time I was like 4.5 years, right? And then I took one year more, and then that's 5.5. So if I didn't do that in 1.5 years, I will just gonna get dropped out anyway, right? Because of that. And that's not a good thing, right? I mean, I passed that by not graduating, right? But by dropping out, and then I passed that, which is bad, right? And I'm glad that I actually, using the like second guessing to be, to motivate me finally to to bypass those problem. Like, I cannot forever escape from it. I will have to finish it eventually at that at that point, right? And yeah, being alone as well, it's not the easiest thing to do during the pandemic as well, where I was alone, and there's no one. I need, like, I just had no one at the time. It's just like the saddest thing in my life. And I use that, I realized that, and I use that every opportunity matters since then. So yeah, there's that. Um, that's like one of the good thing as well from the second case. Um, not the good thing, the bad thing. I mean, like, you will postpone stuff. You will get stuck there forever, right? Like, what if I take the other option? What if I didn't take this? Where would I be like right now, right? And so on and so on. And it will just endless. But yeah, that's about it about second guess. I mean, there's a lot of things as well. But I think I don't really have anything else to say about being a second guesser. One of the bad thing, one of the good thing, also from that is at least you second guess yourself, right? You don't second guess others, like like becoming a backseater, basically. Um, like watching someone else pick the wrong option, and then you just said, "Oh, you should have taken the other option. You'll have gone places by now, right?" And that's just bad. That's worse than what you're having right now, right? Um, second guessing yourself. I mean, it's way better than second guessing others, I would say. But yeah. Anyway, I think that will be it for this discussion about second guess. I hope you guys enjoy it. Tell me what you think about this. And as usual, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again tomorrow with another discussion. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see ya.